You ever have one of those moments? Someone says some small, off-the-cuff comment. They probably forget it a second later. But in your mind, whoa, it sets off a storm. Your brain just grabs that one little sentence and plays it back, over and over and over again. Well, that feeling is overthinking. It's a struggle we all know, and as it turns out, it's something Buddha explained in really incredible detail.
Does that sound familiar? You know, that mental hamster wheel, that broken record playing the exact same worry, the same mistake, the same fear, on a loop, until you are just completely drained. You're begging it to stop, but your mind just refuses to let go. The thing is, you are definitely not alone in this.
So, in Buddhist wisdom, this is what's called the mind's game. It's almost like it's designed to keep you tangled up in these loops. But here's the powerful part, the part that gives us hope. Look at that second line. This game, it can be won. There is actually a way to find some quiet in all that noise.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. To get a handle on the problem, we have to see overthinking for what it really is. Just think of it like an app that's running constantly in the background on your phone, just sucking the battery dry. Only in this case, it's draining your mental energy, your peace, and your ability to just be here. Now check out this comparison, because it really hits home. You take a farmer who works hard in the fields all day. Yeah, they're physically tired, for sure. But that kind of work, it leads to deep, real sleep. But overthinking, it doesn't just tire you out, it completely burns you out. It actually steals your sleep because your mind can't find the off switch. It's this weird state of being exhausted, but getting zero rest.
So why? Why do we get caught in this mental trap? What is it about our minds that makes them so likely to just spin out of control? Well, to explain this, Buddha used this brilliant and honestly super accurate metaphor. He called it the monkey mind. Just picture a restless little monkey, right? It never, ever stays still. It's just frantically leaping from one branch to the next. That's our mind. One second, it jumps to a branch in the past, some mistake we made, something we wish we could take back. The next second, it swings all the way over to a branch in the future, a worry about what might happen, a fear of failing. It is constantly moving, never just resting on the one branch that's actually real, the one right here in the present. And look, this isn't just some harmless little mental quirk. Letting that monkey mind run the show has real-world consequences. As you can see, it just eats away at your self-confidence. It clouds your judgments. You end up making bad decisions. It creates all this tension in your relationships, and it leads to this deep, profound fatigue. And maybe the worst part, it paralyzes you. It stops you from taking the very actions that could actually solve the problems you're worrying about.
All right, so if the problem is this wild, out-of-control monkey mind, then what's the solution? This is where we get to the absolute core of Buddha's wisdom. And it's not about fighting the monkey or trying to lock it in a cage. It's all about a massive shift in how you see things. You stop being a victim of your thoughts, and instead, you become an observer of them.
And this quote just illustrates that shift perfectly. Your thoughts, even the scary ones, the anxious ones, the angry ones, they're just like clouds passing through the sky. They show up, they hang around for a bit, and then they drift away. See, the mistake we all make is we think we are the cloud. Buddha's whole point is to help us realize we are the sky, vast, open, always there, and the thoughts are just some temporary weather passing through.
So let's break this down even more. A thought is just something your mind made up. It's temporary. It feels incredibly real, I know, but it's not reality itself. Reality is what is happening right now, in this moment. We suffer because we mistake our temporary mental creations, the clouds, for the permanent truth of the sky.
And that brings us to the most crucial point of all. The present moment is the only place life is actually happening. I mean, think about it. The past, it's just a memory. The future, it's just an idea. Overthinking constantly yanks us out of the only place we can truly live and throws us into these places that don't even exist. So learning to bring ourselves back to right now, that's the whole key.
Okay, so understanding that we're the sky and not the clouds is a huge aha moment. But, that all sounds great in theory, right? The real question is, how do we actually do it? When we're in the middle of a mental storm, how do we train ourselves to be the sky? Well, lucky for us, this next part gives us a practical, real-world toolkit we can start using today. Here we go, 4 simple but super powerful techniques. Number 1, focus on your breath. Your breath is only ever happening right now, so it's the perfect anchor to pull you back to the present. 2, write your thoughts down. I mean it. Get them out of your head and onto paper. It reduces their power, and you often see how kind of silly they are. 3. Take the first tiny step. Action shatters the cycle of worried thinking. You can't steer a parked car, right? And 4. Practice living in the moment. When you eat, just eat. When you walk, just walk. This is how you train your mind to stay where your body is.
And hey, if you need any more motivation to stop the thinking and start the doing, just look at this number. Sources and studies suggest that around 80% of the things we worry about, the fears and anxieties we torture ourselves with, they never actually happen. We live through 1,000 tragedies in our minds that never even come close to happening in real life. Crazy, right?
So this all brings us to the core choice. It's the central, empowering message of this whole thing. It's about changing your role, from being a prisoner trapped inside your own mind to becoming its master.
And really, it just boils down to this question, doesn't it? Do you want to keep getting dragged around by that monkey mind, locked up in a jail of your own thoughts? Or do you want to be the one to take the reins, to become the calm, conscious director of your own inner world? The choice is completely yours.
But it is so important to remember, this is not a one-and-done fix. You don't just decide to stop overthinking and poof, it's gone. No, it's a practice. It's exactly like building a muscle at the gym. Every single time you catch yourself overthinking and you gently bring your attention back to right now, that's one more rep. You are literally building the muscle of mental peace.
So let's end on what is probably Buddha's most famous and powerful teaching about the mind, because really it's the ultimate summary of everything we've talked about here. Your mind creates your reality. If your thoughts are chaotic and negative, well, that's the world you're going to live in. But if you practice, if you train your mind to be calm, clear, and present, you will create a life of peace. So the real question isn't just how to stop overthinking, it's what kind of reality are you choosing to create for yourself?